Abbey Road Studios, arguably the most famous recording studio in the world, is launching a new incubator focused on music tech. The program is part of Abbey Road Red, which is their initiative to drive forward music innovation. TechCrunch visited the famous address in London to learn more.
Abbey Road's always been this testing ground, as it were. In some ways we've pioneered technologies, we've actually built stuff here. In other ways we've just kind of been a melting pot, I suppose, and it's a place where artists use the latest technologies.
EMI and Abbey Road have this hugely rich history with innovation, whether it was machinery or just experimenting with artists and producers when people are in studio. And it had kind of been lost a bit, and Johnny, who you've already met, and some other people on staff were hugely passionate about bringing that back to life. The most exciting thing about Abbey Road Studios at the moment is we have an amazing crown jewel in UK music. It is an amazing place of musical heritage, one of the most famous studios in the world. But what we're doing right now is trying to bring that heritage, make it relevant to a new audience, bring that technical innovation spirit back to it, and really make Abbey Road relevant to the next generation of music makers and creators in whatever guise that takes. We're looking at this from a very broad perspective, so we're really looking at anyone that touches tech and music. Obviously closest to Abbey Road's heart is the production and kind of more creative process, but we want to run that right through as to how you take music to fans.
They need to really be between seed and Series A, that sort of range. They're obviously looking for the same things that anyone else is, like an incredibly driven entrepreneurial spirit in the founding CEO or partners. It has to really be quite technology driven, and obviously it has to be to do with music.
And the idea really is to help the businesses navigate the music industry, but put them in a position where they have a focused proposition at the end of the program, whether that's to gain funding or just to take the next step in their growth.
Abbey Road's Red Incubator is a 6-month program. Applications are due December 18th and the first class kicks off in February. Though there are some traditional perks to joining, the strength of this new program falls largely on industry connections and experience.
So really the benefit of being involved in the program is on the relationships and the mentorship that they get. And Abbey Road's got a lot of skills, especially in production, and really good kind of sight of the industry. We know where things are going, we know where they've come from. But then being owned by Universal and having heavy involvement from Universal means that we've got a lot of label perspective as well, and even broader industry perspectives.
I think what's unique about us is that we're tailoring each of the kind of the mentoring approach for each of the different participants, because everyone has very different needs.
Someone might need product testing, someone might just need marketing. So we can draw on different parts of the business's skill set depending on what the startup needs. So it means we are pretty bespoke. The first company we're working with, Titan Reality, have already started talking to the heads of the labels at Universal, and it's through that channel that they get access to the artists. So their product is obviously kind of quite well suited to dance music production.
Music as an industry is incredibly difficult to navigate. There are rights issues. You've got, artists who are creative and slightly temperamental. You've got, hugely different ways of marketing across the board. And so actually trying to get your business and your new idea to have traction with the right people at the right time is one of the most difficult things in having a startup related to music.
What history has taught us is that creative people take these technologies and they completely abuse them and use them in ways you didn't really expect. And while, there's a bit of a threat of kind of people being replaced there, that's not going to happen for years. And so in the meantime, it's a really exciting mixture of these new tools coming out that kind of enhance the whole workflow.
So I think Red as an incubator is a different proposition to the average incubator in that we not only offer all of the things you would expect of an incubator in terms of space and mentorship and development, but we're offering real-world connections in the music industry. We ourselves are natural partners to a lot of these businesses. So we offer a lot of practical advice and support because essentially we have experts across all components of the industry, and we really want to use that to kind of accelerate and help these businesses.